All right, everybody. Hello and welcome to the Roundtable of Pure Plastic Surgery, where we answer our patients' questions and have discussions here. And today in the hot seat we have Dr. Wegerif because the question is coming for him. And so the question is, are Motiva implants better than other implants on the market? I'm interested in getting a breast augmentation, but I'm unsure what implants to go with. It's so confusing. I recently started seeing all this stuff about Motiva. Can you tell me a little bit more?
So that's a great question, and it's an important part of your consultation process when you're thinking about getting a breast augmentation or augmentation with a lift. And I'll start by saying, is it better than other products? Certain aspects of it probably are, but as with anything in medicine, there's positives and negatives to all of our products and instruments that we use. And so there's definitely some compelling components of the Motiva implants that make it a really interesting option, and I think a great option to have in our arsenal. But with that being said, we still have our Allergan implants, which are tried and true and also a great option. So I'll tell you kind of what sets the Motiva implants apart. Our Motiva implants are now our sixth generation implants.
Right.
And even though they've just recently been approved in the United States, they've been used worldwide for about 15 years. And they've shown really promising data with certain things, especially some of the harder problems to treat with breast implants, and one of those being capsular contracture. And so that kind of comes down to the coating on the Motiva implants. They have what's called a silky smooth coating compared to our completely smooth other implants that we have on the market. And what this allows those implants to have is a lower capsular contracture rate in the studies that they've done up to this point. So I think that's probably the greatest advantage. You know, there's some arguments made about the gel quality and the feel of it, and they have two different types of gel. They have one that maintains its shape a little bit more, kind of compared to like a cohesive implant and the Natrelle line, and then they have a softer gel that acts a little more naturally. When you sit up, more of that gel falls to the bottom. And so there's pros and cons to everything we do, and I think it's an important conversation, and I think it's a great new implant. I just did a set of them today, and it came out beautiful, but definitely something you need to have a discussion about.
Like Dr. Wegerif mentioned, right? Like every product has its pros and cons, and I think that Motiva brings a lot of new things that are very exciting, but Natrelle has the longevity of being in the U.S. market for over 30 years. So they're very safe. They're a great option as well. What I do with my patients, I explain both. We have available here at Pure both implants. Both are great. There are some benefits of one over the other. If you have more breast tissue, you're not going to palpate the implant that much. You're going to be palpating more your breast tissue, so what's underneath and the gel type is not going to matter as much. If you're a thinner patient, then you are going to feel the implant more. Motiva, because the gel is a sixth generation gel, they're able to fill the implant 100%, so the rippling is less. So a thing to consider in patients that are thinner. If you have a history of hypertrophic scarring, keloids, and a genetic more prone to capsular contraction, then you may consider having Motiva implants. So it's a more of discussion with each patient, but the bottom line is both implants are very safe. Both implants are great, and the decision, it's ultimately up to you and your surgeon to discuss.
And you've actually been down to Costa Rica where they basically Motiva headquarters, right? Mm-hmm. So tell us a little bit about what that experience was like.
It was amazing. It was a great experience. I learned a lot about their product, their innovation. They're a company that really cares about bringing new innovation to a market that didn't have much happening for the last few years. So that was very important for me, and that's something that I explain to my patients, the new technology that they're bringing, right? And also not only on the implants that they have now, but the things that are coming that are very exciting, preservation techniques for breast augmentation and all that. So there are things that are already approved in Europe and South America and on the works here in the US. So super excited to see what that is going to happen and what's going to bring in the next few years.
That's right. So they got new stuff coming out, and we're probably going to be one of the first ones to get that as soon as it comes out here in the US.
Awesome. If anybody has any other questions, please feel free to leave a comment or check us out at pureplasticsurgery.com.